Did y'all hear this? They Allah Akbar. Every time I hear Allah Akbar, I'm thinking somebody blowing something up. New York City. I was just in New York City not too long ago. I don't participate in protesting and all that other stuff. I was getting ready to go by Mamdani's mansion and cuss at him, but I'm a Christian. So when I walked past the church, I said, Lord, forgive me. I'm not going to do that. And I just went on about my business. I did see all them people down on, I don't know what street that is, selling. All out in the open, crazy. But let's talk about these terrorists, because these Muslim terrorists are out of control. And the guy just tried to commit a Boston bombing type situation just this weekend. And wait till you hear what Mamdani said about it. This dude is the mayor. You cannot tell me that this doesn't create more animosity against Muslims. Now, there are good Muslims just like there's good people in every aspect of life. But, bro, I don't see Jews out here doing this, or Christians, or Mormons, or Seventh-day Adventists, or what they call it? What's the one that believe in Jesus and God? What's that? I forget the name of that. Y'all don't. I can't get no help from nobody. Jehovah's Witness. That's who it is. All right, let's get to clip one. Roll it.
An explosive device with bolts and screws was thrown into a crowd. It happened in New York City on Saturday during a protest that turned violent outside the mayor's official residence. CBS's Chanel Call is there with the very latest tonight. Chanel.
And Jerika, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who is Muslim, was inside Gracie Mansion when a small anti-Islam protest took place here yesterday afternoon. A larger counter-protest then showed up, and police say two men who were part of that group brought those homemade devices.
Stay in New York.
This is the moment a homemade bomb was ignited outside the New York City mayor's residence Saturday afternoon.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that Allah Akbar in the background? I just want to be clear. I want to be clear. They said Allah Akbar. I don't hear Jews saying Shabbat Shalom and throwing bombs. This religious ideology is a problem. Now, you may be a good Muslim, but you got to understand that there was something in that book causing people to be nutty. Let me say this as someone who spent his life around firearms, training with them, carrying them, teaching people how to use them responsibly. Shoot and suppress is better, period. Better control, less recoil, protects your hearing, because I know a lot of people are deaf for shooting without protection. It's just smarter shooting. And Silence the Shot makes it easier than anyone else. No confusion, no waste of time. They're built by people who believe Americans should have access to the best tools without jumping through endless hoops. They've streamlined the entire process so you can focus on shooting and none of that weird paperwork. You choose your suppressor, set up your profile, sign a couple forms, and then handle the rest. Clean, simple, done right. Silence the Shop has already helped hundreds of thousands of Americans get suppressed, and right now is the best time ever to do it. That old $200 government tax on suppressors and short-barrel rifles is gone. Approvals are moving faster than ever, and access is expanding. And that didn't happen by accident. The Silence the Shop Foundation is actively fighting the federal government to make it easier to exercise your rights, because freedom should not come with unnecessary barriers. If you're ready to upgrade your shooting experience, go to silencetheshop.com and get started. Silence the Shop, because shooting suppress makes you better. Come on, play it again. I want y'all to hear him go Allah Akbar.
A larger counter-protest then showed up, and police say two men who were part of that group brought those homemade devices.
Stay in New York.
This is the moment a homemade bomb was ignited outside the New York City mayor's residence Saturday afternoon.
He threw a bomb? Did he throw a bomb, bro?
NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the device did not explode, but that it could have caused serious injury or death.
Based on preliminary examination and X-ray imaging, the devices, which were a bit smaller than a football, appear to be a jar wrapped in black tape, importantly, with nuts, bolts, and screws, along with a hobby fuse that could be lit.
The man seen throwing it, 18-year-old Amir Balat and his 19-year-old friend Ibrahim Kayumi, both from Pennsylvania, were arrested. Authorities say they were part of a group of nearly 125 people counter-protesting a much smaller anti-Islam demonstration led by Jake Lang.
The violent left. Calm down.
A a pardoned U.S. Capitol insurrectionist who has frequently sought out political confrontations in the months after President Trump gave him clemency. In a statement, mayors are...
Trump, that's one clemency you shouldn't have gave. Put that dirty mofo in jail. He is a sorry, stupid son of a gun. Putting God's name out there and he a devil. He a racist, stupid devil. And I can't stand Jake Lang, and I hope he go to jail. That dude is stupid. And all of y'all who may not be aware, he is a blatant racist. But he said he don't want his daughters dating ends.
Go back, AIPAC, go back. That's the AIPAC building right there. White Christian men are not going to sit around while you turn our children into a bunch of nigger lovers.
He said the N-word. Finish it.
On Mamdani saying, quote, yesterday, white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside Greasy Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. Adding, quote, what followed was even more disturbing. Violence at a protest is never acceptable.
All right, we done with this clip because I want to get to some juicy stuff. Y'all see that fool didn't say nothing about them being Muslim terrorists? That's complicity. I think that's a word. He's complicit. He is complicit. That sorry son of a gun, Mamdani, because he's a Muslim, he can say, oh, it's violence. No, it's terrorism from Muslims. Screaming, Allah Akbar. You can call Jake Lang a white supremacist and say it's bigotry and white supremacy, but you can't call that a person throwing a pipe bomb to kill somebody, a radical Islamic terrorist. Because you the problem, bruh. All right, come on. I'm hot right now. I got an hour of this. Let's get it. Come on, finish the clip.
Are expected to have their first appearances in federal court today, but these photos were also shared in the criminal complaint. Investigators say they show the suspects handling the homemade bombs and the components of the explosives. Again, all of this unfolded Saturday afternoon.
This is important. Roll it.
As alleged, both defendants have admitted that they acted on Saturday because of ISIS. As Qayyumi was being placed into an NYPD vehicle following his arrest, a person in the crowd asked why he had done this. As shown on NYPD body-worn camera footage referenced in the complaint, Qayyumi responded with ISIS. And at the precinct, after being advised of his Miranda rights and waiving those rights, Qayyumi said in recorded post-arrest statements that he had watched ISIS propaganda on his phone and that his actions that day were partly inspired by ISIS. The complaint also details statements made by Amir Balat after his arrest. En route to the NYPD precinct, Balat made spontaneous statements without being questioned by NYPD officers that were captured on body-worn camera footage. He said, "This isn't a religion that just stands when people talk about the blessed name of the Prophet. We take action, as well as, if I didn't do it, someone else will come and do it." And later, after waiving his rights, he requested paper and wrote a message declaring in part, "I pledge my allegiance to the Islamic State. Die in your rage, you kuffar." Now, "die in your rage" is a commonly known ISIS slogan, and kuffar is an Arabic term that refers to non-believers. He also told investigators that he had hoped to carry out an attack even bigger than the Boston Marathon bombing, which he noted resulted in only 3 deaths. These statements, as set forth in the complaint, make clear that this was not random violence. This was a planned attack motivated by extremist ideology and inspired by a violent foreign terrorist organization. The complaint alleges not only why the defendants acted, but how. Preliminary testing has determined that one of the devices contained triacetone triperoxide, or TATP, also commonly referred to as Mother of Satan, a highly volatile explosive that has been used in multiple terrorist attacks over the last decade. As we have previously discussed, the NYPD identified a vehicle yesterday on East End Avenue that was linked to the defendants. Inside that vehicle, investigators recovered handwritten notes referencing TATP explosive and listing chemical ingredients for the type of explosive device used by the defendants on Saturday. Make no mistake. What happened this weekend was incredibly dangerous, and the ongoing investigation will be exhaustive. From the first moments of that investigation, the NYPD has been working seamlessly with our federal partners, many of whom have joined us here. In particular, the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, which includes...
All right, ma'am, thank you for your service. At least she had enough gall to tell the truth and what was happening. I want y'all to hear Mamdani's statement. It's not that long of a statement. I'm just going to play about a minute of it. Listen to this fool. Like how y'all voted for this. Y'all silly in the mud. Y'all voted for, and you Jews. Every Jew, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should take the Torah and slap yourself in the head with it because you too stupid and you voted for a Muslim that hates you and that won't even call out Muslim terrorists. Imagine how much terrorism is growing in that city because this fool is terrorist adjacent. Wait till you see what his wife say. Y'all, man, y'all silly. But roll the clip. I'm just gonna play 30 seconds. Forget the clip. I don't even want to play the clip. Just know the fool didn't say nothing about them being terrorists. He said nothing about the terrorist activity. He said nothing about Islam. All he did was talk about Islamic hate, but didn't talk about the hate that the Islam people did against these weirdos that claim to be MAGA. So let's go on to the next clip, because I think that Stella, she had a good take on this, so I want to play Stella Escobedo's clip. Roll it.
Okay, so I worked in mainstream media for many years, so it doesn't
Hold on,
surprise
before
me
we
that they're
start
not
that,
covering.
shout out to Stella. Stella got a new show. Stella got a groove back. Some of y'all know that reference. It ain't Stella, but it's something else. But it's similar to that. I forget what's the name of that show. Some got a groove back. It is Stella got a groove back. See, I knew Grant was holding me down like a quarter pound. Yeah, Stella got a groove back. Go follow Stella. We'll put a link in the description section. Go follow Stella on a new show. Make it big, because Stella is one of my favorite people online. She's just she's a great person and she's smart. And I've been knowing her ever since I was at TPD. Roll the clip.
This story, but head on a swivel. Pay attention, because I need to tell you what's been happening in New York City. Yesterday, outside of Gracie Mansion, a protest turned into something far more serious. Authorities say what appears to have been a dirty bomb or an IED was thrown at protesters, and one of the men doing it was shouting Allah Akbar. Now, police have arrested a total of 6 people in connection with this incident. Now, 2 of the suspects identified so far are Amir Balat and Ibrahim Kayumi. Reports say Balat's family is from Turkey, Kayumi's family is from Afghanistan. Now, it doesn't stop there. Today in New York City, there were additional bomb scares. So let's put all of this into context. Just days ago, reports surfaced that Mayor Zohran Mamdani's wife liked social media posts celebrating the October 7th massacre. And when asked about it, Mamdani deflected. And now, after this explosive incident outside of Gracie Mansion, the mayor is blaming white people. He didn't address the suspects. He didn't actually talk about the radical ideology, that they were Muslim. But can we really be surprised? I mean, his administration has been filled with people who openly are anti-American, anti-Jew.
I want y'all to go to Stella's page and finish watching her. She does a really good take. The funny thing is, next time we have a Stella clip, let's just use Stella as the news versus the news clip, because she did a way better job.